Placing a bred female in this structure, this screened-in structure, to lay her eggs on these host plants, and you can see eggs. She's even laying some on the screens. This protects the eggs, allows the eggs to hatch, and the caterpillars to grow to the stage that they turn into a chrysalis. They will crystallize on the top, as you can see these spent chrysalis cases here on top. They will hang in the chrysalis stage for 7-8 days and then become butterflies, and then I release them. Now in nature, only one butterfly out of 100, out of 100 eggs, only one of those eggs actually becomes a butterfly. I can increase those numbers to 50, 60 butterflies out of 100 simply by protecting them from predators through the first 3 stages, then releasing them. And of course, monarchs and queens and viceroys have a carotid in them that the birds and whatever know makes them poisonous by their color, and so they don't bother them. So what's happening here, I can release 50 butterflies, 50 or 60 butterflies into nature, as opposed to 1 out of 100. This of course increases the numbers, and they will of course stay, these butterflies will stay where their nectar sources are, which of course will get a lot more nectar sources up and down Ladybird Lake and Zilker Botanical Garden. And if we really want to do this in a big way, we make those screen enclosures this size, 10 by 25. We put host plants in here. These are milkweed plants. These are host plants for the monarch, the queen, and the viceroy. I haven't got it on here yet, but I will put PVC hoops on here and screen over the hoops, and I will put a drip irrigation system down these 8 rows of pots here, and it's of course sitting on plastic, so that keeps the ants away. The 50% that I'll put a 50% shade cloth over the top of this, and then I'll put some bred females in here. They'll lay all over here, all over these plants, and of course the eggs will become caterpillars. They'll eat this milkweed. They'll crystallize on the shade cloth and on the PVC hoops. Probably 500 chrysalis in a 10 by 25 foot area like this. And when they come out, or start to come out, I'll just merely take the screen off, the shade cloth off, and the butterflies will be released into nature. And so then I'll increase the numbers tremendously. If I build 25 of these 10 by 25 footers, I can release 500 butterflies a day, approximately 500 a day, or 500 every other day will be released into the Ladybird Lake area, Zilker Botanical Garden area, to feed on the nectar plants. And we have to, of course, increase some nectar plants down there, because we'll have thousands of butterflies down on Town Lake around the bike trail, nectaring on plants to entertain the hikers and bikers and the visitors to downtown Austin. There's nothing like this in the whole world. Nobody's ever done this, and if I do 25 of these, there'll be butterflies everywhere downtown if we provide the nectar sources. What I need to do this is I need about a ½ an acre of flat ground somewhere around Ladybird Lake with a supplemental water source, and no trees. I need wide open areas so the direct sun, the shade cloth I put on these farming breeding structures will, reduce the sun a little bit even in the summertime. So I can do this from April until October every year. So this will be I'm an internationally known lepidopterist, and this will of course be the biggest open air live outdoor butterfly farm, which duplicates nature. in the world. Nobody has one of these, and there'll be more butterflies down on Lady Bird Lake. There'll be a larger population, and I'm talking about 4 or 5 species. I'm talking about different types of host plants in here. I'm talking like passion vine for the Julias, the zebras, and the Gulf fritillaries. This is good for like monarchs, queens, and viceroys. We can do some giant swallowtails and tigers. I can plant a bunch of wafer ash, small wafer ash trees inside an enclosure and produce those. Those are the largest butterflies in North America. They're the tigers and the giant swallowtails. So this is what I need to make this thing happen. I'll pay for it. I just need to have. We don't need to pass any funding through City Hall. I'll do the deal. I just need the place to do it close to Lady Bird Lake on city property. So I'm going to get off this thing right now. I maybe haven't explained everything. I do need a supplemental water source, of course, because in the summer we don't know if it's going to rain or not. So I'll build like I said, I'll build a small drip irrigation system into these pots. So that's kind of the overview of what I'm proposing to do here, and this will work. This isn't like this is something that's an experiment. This is tried and proven. It's just on a larger scale. I've modified a few things some other people in the world have done before in farming butterflies to make it actually better. So this is it. This is like butterfly capital of the world stuff right here. This will provide thousands of butterflies flying on the Lady Bird Lake area around downtown all the time. Over and out, folks.